Today's video is all about how I turned my bathroom from this to this in just one afternoon. Okay, so I'm in a little bit of a bad mood. I can't quite put my finger on it, but I'm just in a funk and I have a to-do list of just a lot of stuff. And so, being a creative person, the best way that I'm just kind of going to be handling that right now is imagining that it's not there at all, and I've decided to repaint my bathroom because that's how I, as a creative, procrastinate. So let's do that. Are you worried?
I'm intrigued.
But this is going to look great.
That looks...
So it's not a crazy concept that when I get really pissed off and frustrated, I just need to have an outlay for it. Last time I did something to the bathroom was a very similar mood, and while Tyler was at work, I just decided to put some wallpaper up that was a black crocodile skin. This is the current bathroom. That's the wallpaper that I previously put up. I don't know if you can see the kind of texture of it, but it really is quite pretty. This wall here is completely white, and so I'm going to change that. I will be carrying on the black theme across, and I'm actually going to be kind of trying to replicate the Venetian plaster that we did on the actual walls, which is real Venetian plaster. I'm going to try and replicate it in some kind of like lime wash vibe with black paint. In my mind, it looks really great. I'm going to put these little kind of hard-edged kind of like cloud splatters everywhere and just layer different colors or different shades of black with also some like gold and bronze kind of flecks in there as well. So I think it's going to be good. Let's go get the paint. So off to the shops I trot. I went to our local hardware store here in Boston and looked at all the different colours and shades of paint. I had this really helpful guy mix it for me, and I ended up with two great colours. So this is the collection of what I'm going to be working with. This is the paint that we just got at the store. Both of them I chose in matte finishes, and I picked up my paintbrushes and make sure that they fit into the quart size, and then these just for added texture, and for this, which ironically my friends had. So I pulled this from them and borrowed it from them, and yeah, I'm just gonna give it a go and see if I can make what's in my mind come to life. Let's change out of these clothes because painting in black while wearing white and denim probably isn't the best idea that I've ever had. Much better. Let's paint. I've set up my space. I am someone who naturally, to my dad's absolute shock and horror, I am a very lazy prepper or minimalistic prepper, if I want to be nice to myself. I do the bare minimum of prep. So I've just put a bit of newspaper there, bit of newspaper obviously on the floor. I'm going to be using steps, and there's my paint to begin with. These are my two shades. This one is Dragon's Breath, which, let's face it, is an absolutely fantastic name for a paint. And then this one is Black. I actually think they're going to complement each other really, really lovely. My idea behind this is just to take the two different shades of black that I have and alternate between each one. I'm going to take my paintbrush and I'm just going to do little hard-edged kind of clouds while layering them on top of each other. The first stroke, so there's no going back. Yeah, brilliant, eh? What technique? So after realising that I actually need more paint on my brush, I just continued to paint on the walls, slap it on, back and forth in different directions until my brush was dry again. Done! One little hard-edged fluffy cloud. It gets this kind of like different kind of like dimension and gradient of colours, and this is just the black one. Now I'm going to go in with the Dragon's Breath in a similar kind of way. I repeated the exact same step now with my Dragon's Breath paint. You can see that I pull some paint from the black with it, which overlaps. Okay, I'm actually really excited. I get that people may actually look at this and be like, what is she doing? but this is gonna look great. I can absolutely feel it and see it, and this is it. This is gonna look fantastic, I hope. So I got straight to it. I cut in around the edges with the black first, and then would swap out each paintbrush with that corresponding paint, and just painted these fluffy clouds next to each other. Okay, so this is after the first kind of like little cloudy paint that I've done. There's still obviously some white marks, so I'm going to be going back in. I'm going to be adding some gold accents, and just to kind of see what it looks like, I'm going to be bopping in with this little one, purely because I can't open this one. So let's see. With the gold, I went in first with my little skinny paintbrush, and then I got my sponge one and would sway and pull the paint back and forth. It created a really lovely kind of wave effect rather than just like, here's a little blob of paint that I've put on. Okay, so this is the gold layer added. I've got one drip up there because I thought it might look really cool, and now I just have a random drip. So I'm going to see kind of what happens. I am intrigued just to let it drip all the way down the wall. That could be a nice little statement to it. But yeah, this is the first coat of everything, and I'm liking it. I don't know if it's fully coming out with the camera because I'm just using my phone. Hopefully you get a good idea of it. I will be going back in a choppy way, kind of doing some of those hard edged clouds again, just to kind of make it look not as black and gold, a little bit more subtle. Okay, so the third and final coat is pretty much exactly the same and repeat of the first coat I did. With my dragon's breath and my black, I'm just doing my hard edge clouds, but I'm a lot more strategic with where I place them. I love the gold, but I'm trying to make it a little bit more subtle and blend it in a bit more, so I'm very careful with my placement now. I'm sweating so much. I haven't got as much paint everywhere as I thought I would, although I did step in some, and so I've got little lacy footprints. Whatever. But I'm actually really loving how it looks. I love it, but let's face it, it's not just me who lives here, so I am a little bit nervous of what Tyler's gonna think. He is coming home and I am surprising him with it, and fingers crossed, he likes it. Let's see. Okay, so I'm gonna show you what I've done, okay?
Okay.
Follow me. Are you worried?
I'm intrigued.
This way.
I know what you did.
What did I do? What do you think I did?
Painted it black. Wow. That looks sick.
Yeah?
Wow, that's really well done.
Yay! You like it?
Yeah, I really like it. You painted the baseboard. Okay.
Yeah, I did.
There's some splatters in the ceiling, but...
It's okay. I'm going to paint the ceiling gold.
This looks professional.
Oh, baby.
Oh, wow. I'm impressed.